Hello everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap. This time talking about news related to visual novels that happened in September of 2024. A release that happened at the way end of August was the release of Lunaria. This is a linear visual novel developed by Key. If you're aware of Key's style of doing drama, you'll likely know what to expect, for better or for worse, just a kinetic story. It originally released on Switch and now is on Steam. Idea Factory released the next entry of the Data Live visual novels, Ren Dystopia. If you want more screen time of your favorite Data Live heroines, as well as another story with a brand new character, be sure to check this out if you like the previous Data Live visual novels. For those who consider the Ace Attorney series visual novels, Capcom released the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. This is a pretty notable release as Ace Attorney fans have been begging for an official translation for Ace Attorney Investigations 2 for forever. It's considered by some fans the best Ace Attorney game of all time. Regardless, if you like Miles Edgeworth a lot and don't mind the somewhat different gameplay style, then you should definitely check this out. Another sad day for Ubisoft fans, as it looks like Nekonyan and Hikari Field's second attempt to get the Angelic Chaos reboot on Steam got banned, since apparently the previous Steam reviewer noticed it was a previous attempt and it got swiftly rebanned. Looks like Nekonyan for now is planning to release Angelic Chaos reboot sometime in early 2025 once they discuss the best way for them to profit without the Chinese market on Steam. For those who have been wondering if the sequel to Deus Machina Demonbane is ever getting a translation, Starry Wisdom translation team has put a YouTube fan translation preview of Demonbane's sequel, Kishin Hoishou Demonbane, officially known as Double Wings Demonbane. Based on the description, they seem dedicated to want to try to translate as much of the Demonbane series as possible. Looks like the previously announced 9-9 anime now has a confirmed studio, PRA, who did Season 1 of High School DxD and Season 2 of Baka and Test. The 9-9 anime also has a visual preview and a full name, 9-9 Ruler's Crown. Still no details on what exactly it's going to cover yet though. Shinzo Translations released a fan translation for Karanai Sekai to Owaru Hana, a visual novel developed by Sweeten Tea, written by Yukihito, who did scenario writing for Nekopara Volumes 0-3 and The Ditzy Demons Are in Love with Me. This appears to be some kind of emotional Nakie, but I don't know much about it otherwise. For Key fans, we finally have a preview and more info on the upcoming Summer Pockets anime adaptation. The studio is Feel, who did the Oragairu Snafu later season adaptations. Summer Pockets is going to be 2 cores or seasons, likely meaning it's 24 to 26 episodes, and based on the trailer, it seems like the story is going to be focusing on the original 4 heroines from Summer Pockets, possibly ignoring Reflection Blue content outright. For those who prefer to read visual novels on Switch, Frontwing released a port of Ginka, an action-emotional visual novel by the writer who did Autry, My Dear Moments, and If My Heart Had Wings. Sekai Project released Happy SAIN SHEOL, developed by Hungry Cult. This appears to be a psychological horror Denpa Utsuge. Also, it has Guro content that can be restored through a patch through Sekai Project's website. In a really weird case though, the actual H scenes are not restorable at all, with a public statement that the developers themselves decided on this because they were afraid of how they would look in a modern society with both erotic and Guro content intact. For yaoi or boys love fans looking for their next hot title, there's a release of Town of Nie, developed by Zomblica. Like many BL visual novels, it appears to have a mix of violence, psychological trauma, and dark, probably toxic gay relationships. Many years ago, Light released a version of Dies Irae in English that was frustrating to read if you want to read both the all ages and 18+ specific content, as well as having cropped CGs. Cajun Nerd 92 on Reddit made a simpler tutorial and guide that lets you apply a patch to the Steam version that makes it easier to have everything unlocked by default and properly uncrops the CGs all in one patch. A few weeks after releasing their fan TL of Karanai Sekai to Owaru Hana, Shinzo Translations announced a new fan translation project, Sosaku Kanojo Renai Koshiki. This is notably a visual novel with a surprisingly rare premise of at least some of the main cast developing a visual novel together. Apparently, it focuses more on character drama and development related to being a creator. For fans of Class of 09, the developers released the final chapter of the series, Flipside, that stars Jekka instead of Nicole. Expect the same humor and wackiness as always in this sitcom-style visual novel. And that wraps up news for September of 2024. As always, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below or on one of my social medias. A huge shout out to the local weeb, as always, who continues to do the editing for the visual novel monthly recaps. Going into the YouTube memberships, a huge thank you to Armorian, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 9 months, Alberio, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 11 months, Sabinfire, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 13 months, David Mendiola, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 15 months, Lee Douglas, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 16 months, Marie Antoinette, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 25 months, and Dexton Boston Terrier Dog RIP, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 18 months. Finally, a shout out to Bartek, who continues to be a monthly paying member on Kohi. Much appreciated to all of you.